Convo Kings back in the studio.
Yup.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on?
Man, I don't know. I had to, Miss Joy had to sit in for you last week.
Yeah,
I wasn't feeling well.
Had a little funk going on.
We've told everybody. That's my fault. A little
right.
adjusting of the mic there.
Sorry. But everything I had going on, and as bad as I was feeling, there wasn't no way I was coming up here to spread nothing about it.
Man, you know what? We all appreciate it.
I'm so glad you did.
Me and Daniel talked about it. Daniel was dealing with some food poisoning.
I was here with either a food poison or a stomach bug or something.
So I told him, I said, I'd much rather deal with the chance of getting food poisoning than,
I was sick as hell when I was here last week.
Yeah. So he tried. He pushed through.
I was sick too.
Yeah.
I talked a little smack.
Well, he's sick in the head anyway.
Yeah.
And just so you know, I'm always paying attention.
That's okay.
I always know my surroundings.
103-degree fever and all this stuff that's come up. I didn't. There ain't no use in going out spreading.
Well, how's the rest of the family? I know they weren't feeling too great either.
So,
I know, right?
They had it before I did, and it goes through children easier than it does adults. And when it got to me, it's just like it stuck. And before long, I couldn't walk. I laid in the bed all weekend, tried to go to work, and then it just.
I ended up leaving work early myself.
That's exactly right.
Well, I left here. I went to work I went to work Monday, fine, right?
Yeah.
And then I went Tuesday morning. I started feeling bad again. I went home about lunchtime on Tuesday.
Yeah, wow. See, I
woke up Wednesday, felt great again.
I went to work Monday and worked till about 1:30, quarter to 2. I sat down, my feet swole up. I couldn't walk. I got in my truck and I went home about 4 o'clock after sitting at my desk, and I didn't move on Tuesday. Boss man said, "Look, take your time, get healed up." And when I got to where I could walk, I come back to work.
Man, y'all didn't have to go to the hospital this week, any of you, did you?
Mm-mm.
I heard maybe somebody might not be feeling too good. So
she wouldn't let me do anything.
Hopefully she's better too.
For some reason, with her body size and body weight, her blood pressure will just fall out.
So that's how I am. Believe it or not, as big as I am, I struggle with low blood pressure.
Huh?
I struggle really heavy with it. And there's no cure for it.
No.
There's nothing they can do. They told me I get that gene from my grandmother. And normally the last time I went, and keep in mind, I had just had an energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
I went into my doctor's appointment that morning, and my blood pressure was still 120/60.
That's not really low.
See, that's not really that low, Bubba.
That's low.
I think you might be dealing with low sugar.
No, that was after. I'm talking about that blood pressure was after a 300 milligram energy drink, 20 minutes.
Jessica's was 86/75.
That's low.
See, I had low. Yeah.
Was she what was her symptoms, if you don't mind?
So, lethargic, just didn't feel good, headaches, and then turn around, be cold, clammy, couldn't get warm.
I get lightheaded.
Yeah. But her numbers got close together. So I'm no doctor by no means, but pressure coming in, not much pressure coming out. It's soon
it's pooling.
And when it equalizes, it never boops again.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it scared the piss out of me.
See, my grandma struggled with that very heavily, and I've got that part of that.
Now, is it maybe an iron deficiency?
I don't know. I've got the iron deficiency, and mine never messes with my blood.
They say this has to do with genetics a lot of times.
No. Yeah, her daddy, he struggles with blood pressure issues.
Well, blood pressure, no matter whether high or low, kind of tend to see.
They told me they don't know the cause and there's no treatment. She told me to actually start eating more sodium because I'm not a big salt guy. I don't like salt very much. Right. I just don't. And they told me to start eating things with higher salt, and I've been a lot better. Like at my doctor's appointment, sometimes they've had to check my blood pressure 3 times in a row because they're like, we want to make sure this was correct that we're hearing.
Just because it's gravy.
Sometimes, there was one day where I had mine down to 92 over something. I was 92 over something one day, and the lady was freaking out because it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon after I've been working pretty strenuously all day.
I give Daniel a hard time.
That's fine. I know how to ignore it.
I'm a big fella too,
okay.
So I can't pick on him.
That's okay.
Yeah. But no, the last episode we had a little chit chat about
we roasted some people.
Support.
Yep.
Supporting what you're doing, and in this podcast, for instance, Daniel had some negative comments by some family members about why he continues to do it, and he's not getting paid, and
they did the same thing. He did the same thing again yesterday.
So,
And it was like, I just don't, I'm like, because I told him basically what he listened to it and everything, and he was kind of getting on to me about what I said. Tell me I'm lying, though. That's what I told him. And he said, well, you know what? He said, I don't see why you even go. He's like, I don't understand it. He said, I can't even find you when I search on Google, so he said, you ain't nothing. And I said,
that's weird because we are ranked on Google.
Well, that's why, and I looked at him and I said, man, that's just because you ain't up with the technology. I said, if you knew what you were looking for, and because I said, our target audience has no problem finding us. So,
well, I'm not.
I love my dad. I'm not trying to talk about junk.
I'm not
love
talking
him.
here nor there about him, but it sounds to me like something else we were talking about in the previous episode. If you continue to put negative stuff out there, you're not going to get anything but negativity in return.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to do the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing.
Like I told him, I said, even if it doesn't go anywhere, this is for me, not for anybody else. It's for my enjoyment.
Is you can't even say that. You
for my
can't say
enjoyment.
if it doesn't go anywhere. Because, last week...
I was going to.
Last week, whether y'all know it or not, we hit a milestone.
Okay.
We're within 20 downloads.
Wow, because on Wednesday it was up to 25. Now it's 20.
We're within 20 downloads of being able to put sponsored ads.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, it ain't a fact.
We love y'all.
Yes, we do love everybody that listens. And our biggest fan right now seems to be Scott Hyatt.
Hey.
I like to give him a little shout out. And it's always funny because I'll be just randomly at work and Scott will just call me and he'll say, and he'll answer whatever question it was that I had. So, you know what? That is like almost...
Yeah, because you asked about that Yeti.
That's almost the greatest form of flattery.
Yes.
It's just having maybe that one guy that's like, hey, you know what? Good show today.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm enjoying what you're doing.
When he's answering your question, though, that means he's actually genuinely listening too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's listening to...
So you got somebody out there that's genuinely listening to you.
You know what? That's one person that I know.
And all he's got to do, if he tells somebody else and then they start listening, I mean, that's all it takes.
That was the thing about working for Scott, too. I never had to kiss Scott's ass. I never had to... I mean, yeah, he was a good friend, and is still a good friend. I used to bring him a biscuit every
night. You hear
that,
Scott? He said you was a good friend.
I mean, I call him right now. I guarantee you he'd help me with whatever I needed. But he was just the same dude every day.
Yes, that's. I love that. Yeah.
But and yes, you'll always be that bad motherfucker.
Well, I've heard the name a lot in different households. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, I think those households also. He has a mutual respect for them too.
Mm-hmm. Let's put it this way: that household respects him as well. So
that's right.
That household loves that guy. So
oh yeah. Well, other than the sickness, what else has been going on? The week go pretty smooth.
Sorry, no, not really.
Not really.
No.
What's going on, Dan?
I had some bumps at work. Go ahead, Dan. You go ahead.
We're really, really, really behind on our work. Bosses are acting like it's our fault when it was really theirs. We got the state knocking on the door of the city, asking why the highway ain't been mowed. Because they pay us. I won't disclose how much, but let's just put it this way: it's more than a quarter of a. It's more. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Let's just put it
to get it mowed, and it's not. It hadn't been mowed since July 4th. So. Because they kept pulling us off to other projects. So now, then the big boss, they knocked on the door. So then the big boss is coming down on our boss, and it's our boss's fault. The reason why we're behind. So in the first place. So
some people have to take accountability for those.
Well,
things.
he's not. He's the one telling us to come in and work the weekends, and while he gets to sit at home. So.
Wow. Well,
you'll have that on those big jobs.
I just wish some things would be time managed a little bit better in my life and make my life a little easier. But on the plus side, they did buy me a brand new bush hog this week. But on that same day that they bought me a brand new bush hog, they blew up my zero turn, my brand new zero turn.
Take the good with the bad.
Yeah. So I got they blew up my motor on it.
So
how about you, Dave? What was your ups and downs?
Oh man,
missing Jeff.
I missed him. It was just I forgot, oversight on my part. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can get some of the part timers to say that. That's just how I perceived.
Yes.
That I'm not saying that is the golden standard of what may have been on their side of the table because I didn't ask. But I don't like all that you know, and like I told Miss Joy, it's stuff like that makes me want to do this full time.
Yes.
Nobody in this world micromanages like my boss. I can promise you that.
Well, Daniel, nobody ever does anything like yours.
No, this man makes me wash.
If I had a brand new four wheeler, your 20-year-old four wheeler would outrun it.
No, this dude. Okay, so we got into this. It's funny. The other day we got into it on Friday because
you and your boss.
We got into it.
Did you slap him around a little bit?
I wish. He needs it.
Y'all didn't get into it, then. Y'all had a disagreement.
So yeah, we were yelling across the parking lot at each other. So I took 3 mowers out that day. There was only 2 of us working.
Hold on.
The hell?
You just said that, and the biggest picture I just had was, "Hey, what's your name?"
Shit, Tony. Fuck you, Tony.
Fuck you, Tony.
It was kind of like that same.
What's your name?
It was kind of that same type of screaming, that same level of screaming.
Okay.
You look like an Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Fuck you, Ezekiel.
No, there was only 2
Can you
of us.
imagine Daniel at the Amish neighborhood?
He brought your mama into that, didn't you?
Yeah, there.
So by the campfire.
Daniel be out there making butter.
It's funny. You know what the sad thing is? I do make butter, my own butter. That's so funny.
Lord.
It is so funny you should say that. But I don't use one of them churns. I use a damn KitchenAid mixer. But
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
We didn't have to talk about that.
It's not hard to do.
Okay. I've always wanted to know, and all jokes
It's not hard to do. It takes less than an hour of your time to make
all right, man, you'll talk
however many sticks you need for the week.
Awesome.
But
I make some butter
It could be
too.
before the veil, and then y'all do beyond the veil.
Yeah.
before the veil cooking and recipes.
Recipes. Oh.
All right, so tell me more about
Right.
you and your boss.
Y'all
So
fight.
only 2 of us were working on Friday. One of our guys called out. Unfortunately, it was actually our crew chief.
What?
Yeah, he's been doing out here a lot lately.
He must
But,
be looking for another job.
That'd be fine with me.
Oh.
But I took 3 mowers because I always take a spare mower just in
Yeah.
case, right? We had washed them all the day, but night before like we're supposed to.
Mhm.
Took 3 mowers out. Didn't even use that one mower.
I got you.
Only used 2. So when we came back, I took the first one mower we didn't use straight to the shed.
Mm-hmm.
We put them up.
Yeah.
Started cleaning the other ones. I was getting all. I drove all the way. We don't park anywhere near our shed, so I done walked all the way over there. About halfway back, and my boss yells, "Hey man, you ain't fucking washed that mower." I'm like, "I washed it yesterday. I ain't used it. I don't care if you didn't use it. You're gonna wash that mower every day."
Mm.
And keep in mind, it's just 5 minutes till it's time to go home.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of yelled. I was like, "Man, we didn't use the damn thing." Like, kind of like that. And I don't care. Wash it. I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, fine." So then I get over there to the wash pad, and I'm washing it off. He stands there that whole time, standing there, looking at me washing the mower. "Oh, you missed that spot." You want to talk about micromanagers? That's micromanage. Telling him, "You missed that spot. You didn't do it." I'm like, dude, the whole reason why I was even rushing in the first place is I got to fucking shit. I told him that like that. I said, I got to fucking shit like that. You know, his word to me, my coworker was standing right there. His exact word to me was, "Well, you don't get paid to take a shit, so you can hold it until 2:30, and then you can go take your shit."
No. Boss makes $1, I'll make a dime. That's why I shit on company time.
So hopefully nobody over there listening to this. But yeah, I had to vent a little bit.
Hey, that's all right. Sometimes you got to let it out.
Yeah.
That is a little absurd. If I take out a piece of equipment and I don't use it, if I don't take it off the trailer and it was clean yesterday.
Oh, it was also during that same time that he said, "Hey man, by the way, I want y'all to come in tomorrow morning."
Yeah, no, that ain't happening, bud. If you want the mower washed, you go over there and wash it. You wash it every day, and it's going to become a piece of rust.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Hey, they don't care. They don't know.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't care.
Now, my week was, it was eventful and then less than eventful.
Okay.
We had a little upset on our crew. We lost a member this week.
Oh.
Yeah, there was some stuff going on, and I still don't know the real reason behind it, but we're a man down now.
They left or were told?
They were. How do you put that?
That's what I'm saying. Did they leave on their own accord, or
before they were fired?
So they technically okay.
Yeah, they asked them to resign before they were terminated.
Well, that's better than waiting to actually having to
look better on their record, I guess you could say.
Well, where I happen to work now, they just have no problem. That's like, all right, you gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With no
warning. Other than that, I have to go to the Lake Tillery, Monday and Wednesday and Friday of every week, and so Thursday I had to go an extra day because.
So for geographical Where's Lake Tillery?
So if you go out of Monroe up 205 towards Oakboro, you go through little small towns of Aquadale and Oakboro into Stanley County, and it's on the other side of Aquadale, a little more east. I'm not really geographically.
I hear Stanley County, and I think Albemarle.
So it's basically near Albemarle, North
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It's on the eastern side, if I'm looking at it right in my mind, of Albemarle, but it's in the town of Norwood.
Okay.
So we go all the way out 138 to Norwood, and we have an intake intake structure to where we pump water out of Lake Tillery for Union County to our plant. We clean it and then put it into the distribution center.
I was about to ask, how does that have? If it's another county, how does that have to do with your county? But
yeah, it's pumped from Lake Tillery out of Stanley County because Union County has exhausted their water resources with all the permitting that they are doing for new housing and new development and everything else. So they had to find other means.
It was like Gaston County comes out of
Catawba and Anson County. They were exhausting those and couldn't get enough water, so they put in over 30 miles worth of pipe, and now we have the capabilities of pumping over 20 million gallons a day out of Lake Tillery.
Wow.
To process, clean, and filter and put it into the distribution center.
It's like ours comes out of Mount Island too, where we live. So,
yeah. But so Wednesday I went up there, no hiccups, no problems. I done my walkthrough. Come back to the plant, I do my walkthrough. So it was scheduled for the gentleman that got let go to be up at the lake on Thursday to let contractors in and do their work.
Lord.
And after all that happened, I had to go up there Thursday morning. So when you get to our intake structure, it's by badge access only. So I had to go up there, let the contractors in. This contractor gets there. I was supposed to meet one at 8 o'clock. I get there, talk to the boss. He's like, hadn't heard anything out of them. Let me know if they're not on time. So 9 o'clock rolls around, and another contractor pulls up. I'm like, well, what are you doing here? I wasn't supposed to. Well, I'm supposed to be here to work with this guy today to show him and be behind him, watch what he's doing to make sure things get done. They're like the third party to the third party. That's above my pay grade. Anywho, so this guy, we love him to death, but he is definitely more towards the brownish, grayish, that end of the spectrum of the brighter colors of the crayon box.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, he's definitely not up around the orange or the brighter colors. But that's neither here nor there. He's smart in his own field, and that's why he works for them. Anyway, I let him in, and I'm like, I got other things to do. I got to get back to the plant, go do my thing. I go to lunch, I'm getting my work done, and I get a call at 2 o'clock. This gentleman has locked not only himself out, but the other contractor out of the building, and they're an hour away. So had to drop what I was doing, drive all the way back to Lake Tillery to scan a badge to get in the gate, scan a badge to open the door, to get in my truck, to drive all the way back to the plant.
There's got to be a way they can make that remote.
So, that being said, it can be remote.
Because if you can use a badge, then you can use a computer to get to access that.
That is a cybersecurity issue.
Oh, yeah, because that's like...
That can be hacked, and if we can open it from via computer, somebody else can open it via computer. Yeah. There is a key code at the lake that has programmable features to it to where you can punch in a number and open that gate. But since cybersecurity is an issue, they will not program a gate code into it. It is only accessible by badge or the man gate with a padlock on it.
That makes sense because it has to do with water. So
Yes. That's why our water plant is gated with fencing and barbed wire and everything else.
That's how all of ours are,
Yeah.
Even our wastewater is the same way.
Yeah. You get in there and nobody knows it. You can put whatever you want to in the water. But I did get a call earlier today on my way back from Tennessee that the young man that lost his job has now found a new job, and that was kind of bothering
And now
me.
he's your supervisor.
He is not my supervisor. He is secured a job and is going to be able to take care of his bills and provide for his family the way he needs to. And
that's always a good thing.
so he took a week off of work. He got some stuff done that he needed to. Unfortunately, he is starting a new career path, but that's okay. Maybe he'll get a fresh start, and I wish him the best.
Yeah.
I'll still be keeping up with him, but yeah, I wish him the best. Darren, you're gonna be all right, Bubba.
I hear you. Well, I have secretly been having this on Facebook Live
Cool.
I like
for a little
that.
bit, so I just wanted to stop and tell everybody, hey, right quick, it's on him. Dustin, you got anything to say for all these wonderful folks?
Yes, y'all chime in. All the Davis friends, all of the friends of the podcast, please give a like. Please give a love. We love y'all just the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Daniel.
Oh, yeah. We've done the TikTok thing a few times, too.
Yeah, we've done it
fun.
a couple of times. That's where I'm at now.
That's really fun because you can interact with them. And
Yeah.
live. Like,
I've been trying to get a little bit better about,
Oh,
putting
yeah.
this on live a little bit.
That's right.
We need to set one up on TikTok and one on Facebook.
I know, right?
Be cool as hell.
I can't go without asking. She's always the quiet one in the room. Miss Joy, how was your week? You keep all us straight. We got to show you we care. Stressful.
Yeah. Sounds like everybody has a pattern of the same kind of week.
Joy has to deal with me.
That makes me stressed just thinking about it.
Makes me stressed thinking about it.
Gonna go over there and freeze your little tootsies off.
You know what? I'd have smiled the whole
You'd
time.
have smiled the whole damn time. I know you would.
Freezing and all.
He would have froze with that smile.
Dang right.
I have been in some very cold weather, and I remember having to buy you clothes because the supervisor at the time would not buy you cold weather gear.
Yeah.
And if he ever does get to listen, Mr. Alex, I'm going to call you out on that. We had to go find your blue barrel in the creek, and we found your blue barrel in 26-degree weather, sir.
Yes, we did.
Blue barrel.
Yeah, it was like a plastic blue barrel that he called about. And
yeah, some of his constituents of a committee, not even, neither here nor there, whatever, but they reported in Boyce Park that there was a blue barrel that needed to be gotten up and hauled off. But at the same time, they have signs in the same park that it says, please, no unauthorized trail building or whatsoever. And it was on an unauthorized trail where people walk that they found said barrel. We had no access by Kubota, so what did David and I do? We rolled it all the way up the bank, all the way up the trees, through the leaves,
we did.
over the hills and through the woods. Yeah, we loaded it up. We went and looked for it for 2 days in a row before we found out that it was off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But hey, we got the job done, and everybody happy.
Yeah.
Please tell me there wasn't anything in that barrel.
There wasn't nothing in that barrel.
Did Dustin, you remember when we drug that post across the parking lot at Boyce?
I sure do.
It had like
It was like a tombstone's worth of concrete.
yeah, it was probably 4 foot of concrete, and
We've had some things over there too.
Oh yeah, me and you. There was one time where
Several things, actually.
they kept on a certain individual kept on complaining about a task that me and Daniel were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted it moved and moved and moved. And he thought we were going to take this post out, knock all the concrete off of it, and then restart it. No, me and Daniel dig big enough hole for
We rammed it.
and concrete and everything. And it's still there today, to be honest with you.
We rammed it.
Wow.
Oh, we had another one too, that sign at the front too. That pole. That metal pole.
Which one? Where at?
near the gate. There was a metal pole that we had a problem with. We ended up ramming it too. We rammed it with a Kubota.
Yeah.
To straighten it.
Yep. Yep.
Then we had problems with that bathroom. We kept finding some medications.
Yeah.
So
I found some very odd stuff in Boyce Park, but it was always a good park. It's a nice park, but it's the first park I ever worked in for Mecklenburg County.
Well, it's a pretty good place now, though.
Yeah. There was some odd stuff went on in there while I worked with the county, but
we found a teepee in there one day.
Yeah, I remember that teepee.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it was me and Daniel had. He sent me and Daniel to knock one down. We were sitting there looking, and I was like, "Run that thing over."
Yeah, he told me to run the motherfucker over. And this thing, I'm telling you, it was about 15 feet tall. Like, it wasn't small by any means. Hey, speaking of though, by the time they didn't have them then, but I know they have them now because they had them when I was there. About that blue barrel. Mm-hmm. I would have had access now because they got 4-wheelers now.
They wouldn't let us ride them.
No.
Oh, shoot.
No.
Mm-mm.
I'd be like, I got to ride it one day.
Mr. Joe, God rest his soul. But I went in there one day and I said, Joe, let me have the keys to one of them 4-wheelers. Dusty, man, I can't do that.
I rode one day.
Yeah, he's like, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll get the job done regardless. But that's neither here nor there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Joe was a good dude.
I miss that man.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he was a good dude.
Yeah. But I remember having to go get a couch out of Boyce Park.
Couch.
I went down and got a tent out of Boyce Park.
Y'all lucky because now we have to do like.
Oh, we do those all the time for under the bridges at the city
and stuff, man.
We don't run under
there
bridges.
Was one that was so bad, they had like these jugs of urine.
Oh,
and what they were doing was that they were drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the drug that they take doesn't process through the kidneys,
right? So
they could drink their urine and get high again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, see, we've had them with buckets full of shit. And,
the biggest one that I remember was the one that our boss at the time had us go out there, and this was right at the front of McAlpine Creek Park.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
And we went in with the skid steer out there. You remember that?
Yeah, I still talk to Joey about that when we go by there occasionally.
And they told us that gentleman been living there for almost 2 years. And he had a setup out there.
Yeah, he did.
And had he not made a trash pile the size of a small Buick, he wouldn't have never been any problem.
Yeah. That and
me and Dave had one.
He had like a whole living room and everything.
Oh yeah. He had one of the old Mecklenburg County Park and Rec signs screwed to a tree out there that was a backrest for one of his seats.
Miss Joy, can you go and let Patrick in? Our drone trolling guy.
The drone trolling man.
The drone
you and me
trolling guy.
You and me had one at that. You and me had one at that property across from that cemetery down on Monroe Road.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we had to go out there and clean all that trash up.
Oh yeah.
Oof. I remember going out there. That was when someone's husband, I'm not going to name any spots or anything, but someone's husband had passed, and I remember having to go out there.
You know, I was just talking about that the other week. You remember how I lost my watch?
Yes.
Because the rocks were hitting my... the rocks were hitting...
I'm not getting what he was talking about, though.
Yeah. What? We had to go out there and clean the parking lot up, trim limbs, and blow the parking lot. We had to weed eat, because they were going to use that parking lot for overflow for the funeral home across the street when this lady's husband died. And it wasn't, well, he's planning or she's planning this is where it's going to be held. We're sorry this man's in bad shape. Let's go ahead and prep for it.
Oh, he ain't even dead yet.
Oh, no. He passed that morning, and they waited a couple days, and, he's going to be at the funeral home tonight. Y'all need to go clean it right now.
Yeah.
Must be somebody pretty important.
Yeah, she was up there. Let's say she's in the sixth spot.
Here we go. We got
Here he is.
Well, remember when me and Dave, we spent a week over there cleaning up one time.
That's cool. But yeah, it's talking about work. Man, it's eventful.
Talking about crazy work.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Jeff says, got to make that dollar. Got to make that dollar. If it don't make no money, what's Miss Joy do?
Yeah, I could tell you turn that on because I could hear it. I could hear all the background noises.
She busy. She left me hanging. I'm sorry. She answered.
She'll tell you in a second.
Mm-hmm. If it don't make no money, Miss Joel, what we do with it?
Take it back.
Take it back.
I remember when I started saying that. I started telling Miss Joel, I said, take it back. We started that in here, we taking all that stuff back.
Yeah.
Like every other day. Like every time we come up here, we're taking something back.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, we got Mr. Patrick back in here.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Y'all doing all right today?
All right, man.
Yeah.
You were kind of busy today, weren't you?
Yep, I'm still busy actually.
Oh, goodness. What you got going on today?
Oh man, I got stopped by. I'm talking to one of my other roommates. I got
Okay.
one of my iPhone appointments.
Goodness,
Got my
yeah.
dog in the car. I'm supposed to having her meet up with this dude. He just got a cat, so we're gonna make sure they cool with each other.
Okay.
So,
That's cool.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Well, any time that you give us is a good time. Just sitting here trying to get caught up. We've had couple little instances where we've been out. And,
We've been apart for a little while.
yeah. So this is our first. Well, we're still missing
apart.
Jeff. He's in the Dominican Republic.
Some of us have been apart.
Been down. He took a trip to the DR.
To the DR. Yep.
Okay.
He was. We had him on Zoom a little bit ago.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been out there. My brother actually just got back from DR. He was having a blast. That's all I could say.
It looked beautiful from what we saw.
Oh yeah.
From what we saw, yeah.
You believe this man's been down there for 6 days? He ain't done nothing but ate normal stuff. And Jeff,
Hamburgers.
yes, Mr. Smooth, I'm calling you.
Hamburgers, pizza.
So I'm loading your wagon. This man's ate chicken, pizza, French fries. He's staying what looks like in a nice place with 2 other dudes. He ain't been in the ocean. He ain't been in the pool.
Yeah, he's just talking about he's eating. What do you say? Pizza,
Just the normal
hamburgers, and
Hey, sometimes your vacation is just a peace of mind away from somewhere.
That part, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to get away from people.
Sometimes it don't matter about actually doing the amenities and doing the stuff. You just want to be away from your general location.
Now, me personally, when I go on vacation, man, I make sure I get up early in the morning. I'm on vacation. That's the funny part. I get up early on vacation. I do for work.
I get up like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to go.
That's what I'm like. I got to
breakfast,
experience
like-
all of this, make my money well spent.
You go.
I'll be the first one in line wherever I'm going.
So have you been doing any droning?
Yeah, I actually got a couple good drone shots. I haven't done too much. I was just in Dallas. I was more so just getting like some visual footage and stuff like that.
Dallas, North Carolina.
Yeah, Dallas.
Oh, you like 10
like
minutes
Gaston, yeah.
You was 10 minutes from my house. So you might have been floating on my
I was actually over there by that water wheel that says Dallas over there.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
I was over there just getting a couple shots. I got the editing. It just takes some editing, really. I got a lot.
Refresher. What
Man,
drone
I
do you
love
use?
that stuff.
DJI Mini 3.
Mini 3.
He handles all of our editing.
Oh yeah, we gotta chop it up, man. I gotta get that YouTube started, man. Yeah.
Man, I had a big old the parody I did of your drone video.
Mhm.
Man, it was so bad that TikTok got on me. They said it was too many people.
What?
Yeah, it almost went mini viral
Oh wow.
because I put that he had the video of the young man that was
Yeah,
running from the drone,
I saw
yeah.
that.
and I put the background in it. Yeah,
What do you mean they was
I
getting
had-
on you though?
I called somebody wanted it. I guess some content creators here in Charlotte. They wanted me to send it to them, and I declined. So,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, because they were like, "Well, you could take that." Because what I did is, even though your watermark was on there, I even put on there video by
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
your username. And they were like, "Well, you could take that stuff off and send it to me." I was like, "No." And then I think what they did is reported it at that point.
Right.
So it didn't. They didn't take it down.
Mm-hmm.
They just throttled it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I know how that goes. Yeah.
If you can't have it, well, if I can't have it, nobody can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the messed up part about
You know what? We forgot. We need to jump back there and kind of preview that the guest for next week.
Yes, we can do that.
Was Jessica?
So we have an author coming in. Dave told us earlier he's pulling her up now. Dave, tell us a little bit about her book and who she is.
It's Jessica Summers, and she is a former fashion designer. And I'm trying to go over some notes here. So she's basically had some like postpartum depression,
Right.
Had some rough times. Ended up homeless at one point.
Unhomed.
Unhomed.
Unhoused.
Yeah. So she's her book is called The Road to Now.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds pretty interesting.
From tragedy to triumph. And it actually comes out this month.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Have to give me a copy.
yeah.
She
So
going paperback or
next,
she on digital?
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Okay, that's good.
But
That's good.
she'll kind of fill us in, like said she had problems with chronic health issues, postpartum depression, addiction to pain pills, and turned to street drugs.
Okay.
So, and then now she's an author and
Has
going
dug
away.
herself out of that hole.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
good.
talk to her. We had Miss Ashley scheduled for today.
Yeah.
With her sorority that she's
Struggle makes the best success.
It does. It does. It very much so. Very much so.
Yeah, Miss Ashley was supposed to come back and talk to us today, but following the same kind of little banner that we had, sickness here, sickness there, she's a little under the weather, but that's okay. Yeah. We're going to make do, and we'll welcome her back in soon.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about the whole new pandemic they got going on?
Oh, I have. Some kind of respiratory thing? Oh, monkeypox.
Yeah,
too, yeah.
made it out to goodness. It's right around the politics time. This is funny.
It's every turn.
See, the last one started around the last.
That's what.
Yeah, exactly. The funny part. I did not think it was going to get, man. When I seen the video, I'm like, it's in California already? That is crazy.
Funny.
Make people so sick. Hey, make people so sick that they
that or you kill off half a constituency somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, let me go ahead and run my money up again this time. The little COVID dollars.
I get some money.
We might be out ahead of the game this time.
Right, you know.
He's sitting in this room with no mask on.
Take that money, go straight to the DR.
And make that dollar.
It was so funny when everybody was wearing masks. I don't like it. It's funny, like, you ever talk to somebody at a point where y'all was just wearing masks and they take their mask and like, you don't look like I thought you looked.
You had to come out and say that it wasn't working.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
I used to be that guy who they'd be like mask only. I walk in the store and I'd hold my mask up like that with it off.
I remember when back working for Mac Park and Rec, they had their own masks.
Yes, they did.
They were comfortable.
They were nice.
I liked their masks.
Yeah.
And so I had a brand new one in the pack. I had to go to the hospital to get some blood work. I took my mask out of the pack in front of the lady at the door. Put it on. She watched me do this, and I had to take off my mask, put on her mask that comes her hand into that box, sitting in this hospital with all these germs walking past you, and you just made me put on your mask to follow your policy. Well, that's the rules. We don't make them. We just have to enforce.
Now, about the rule just be you got to put a mask on.
Yeah. Well, I walked by her. And it was bad of me to do, but I took her mask off and I dropped it in the floor. Mashed it like a cigarette with my foot. Put my mask back on and threw her mask in the garbage.
It makes me. I can't even see you doing that though.
It was just the ignorance.
I would probably. I had to differ on that one.
I just see him as a real chill kind of guy.
I think he was sick. So,
okay.
It was just the enforcing the policy that somebody put on them. It was her making someone follow the rules because she had to follow the rules from someone else.
Well, technically, she followed her own rules, so anything that happened after that was no longer her problem. So
the thing is, someone told her that she had to do that because they said so. So therefore, she's telling everybody else, you've got to follow this policy because I said so.
What was that then?
The vestibule.
Oh, yeah.
She's doing nothing for no one besides here. Wear this that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, they went as far as these young folks in orchestras and bands. They double masked them.
Yeah.
And they had a mask that covered their nose. Yeah. They had a mask below their bottom lip. So when they talked, their mouth would still open and they could play their instruments.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Absolutely.
What's the difference?
Ridiculous.
That shit going right in your mouth.
Absolutely ridiculous. But it was perception.
Yeah.
They're masked. Look at what they're doing. They're double masked. Look at what they're doing. But still, it made no sense.
Check me out, though. Does everybody know the amount of germs that go on your hands when you go to a public restroom?
Oh, yeah.
And you use the hand dryer?
Yep, the hand dryer. I've seen them videos, man.
So we put masks on the hand dryers.
So.
Filter.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't they passed a law that it's illegal to wear those in public? No?
What?
The
ski mask.
It's ski mask.
The ski mask.
Okay.
Is it a law?
I thought
it's certain places.
I've seen Kevin Gates has been wearing his everywhere here lately.
Well, certain places, like you can probably wear it outside or something like that, but you can't go into certain places with the ski mask on.
Oh, you're talking about like the whole ski mask.
The whole, the shiesty mask.
That was a big thing too. People walking in the stores, people walking in the banks.
I thought that was funny too, because when the whole mask situation, I'm like, well, that means I can actually put on a whole ski mask and bandana on, just go in the store, and I'm looking regular now. Like, you wouldn't even know what's going on.
I did that too one day. I put one of those whole ski masks on one day when I went there.
They used to.
They didn't see walk in the bank.
You know what I had? I had a stocking cap. Because I had it on my head. They said I got a mask. I just
what the hell that is? They said the lady said you play told me that counts.
Oh, good.
Hell, the lady when I did that at the liquor store, and she about to kick me out.
Oh yeah.
She's like, that shirt don't count. I'm like, it's the same material.
Story, you ain't getting no drugs, and I mean, you ain't getting no sickness in here. I just drink alcohol. Ain't gonna get me.
That's right.
That's terrible.
No, the whole thing was just ridiculous.
What gets me is the people that are in the car by themselves.
Yes.
Oh,
And they have the mask
But
on.
you never know. They could have been an Uber driver, and they could have just dropped somebody off.
No, I see these people all the time. I see the same people in the neighborhood.
I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. But
No, there ain't. No, I appreciate that, but no.
Touching their steering wheel with rubber gloves.
I like how they have the rubber gloves on in their car. They get out with the rubber gloves on.
Yes.
They pump gas with the rubber gloves on.
And get
back in their car with the rubber gloves on.
Yes.
What did you do? You cross-contaminated.
You just put it in your car.
So,
All right. One more
but
thing.
anyway, that's my...
One more thing, and we're going to get off the mask.
Yeah.
You remember when all of the plexiglass shields went up?
God, I hate
It's
it.
still up at
They're still up in a lot of places.
So you walk in the grocery
Stores and everything. Yeah.
you get your product off of the shelf that Mr. Young 18-year-old stalker just put on there and probably dug in his ass like Jeff likes to say, or wiped his nose, or went to the bathroom and didn't wash his hands. You take it up and put it on the belt. You step up there, and she grabs your stuff, scans it, puts it in the bag. You didn't get your germs on me through the glass, but you just got your germs on everything that I'm going to take home with me.
Yep. The science was skewed.
Now we have self-checkouts, and they don't have to touch our stuff.
But we
have to touch their stuff.
We touch the screen.
The screen. We touch
That too.
And I guarantee you they ain't clean.
They ain't cleaning that down. They ain't wiping it down. They just watching everybody.
That's right.
Make sure everybody's not stealing it.
I think they should give a store discount for making you have to go through the checkout. So
No,
You should
I'm-
definitely be getting that W-2 or W-4,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Well, I want to know where I want to be invited to the Christmas party.
That's right.
they ought to just give me a discount on my groceries.
10%.
Because you know what? Whatever.
You know what though? Keep on talking. They might say, "Well, you don't got no days off."
So, in our trip to Tennessee over the weekend, I've got a well-educated brother of mine, and he educated us a little bit on some of these stores with this self-checkout stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, just say what he called this was the shopkeepers law.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, Robert, if I'm screwing it up. I know you've got the proper name to it. But anyway, say, David, you and I are in Walmart, and I smoke. Okay?
All right.
I've got a pack of
Pall Malls
in my back pocket
pack of Camels.
we just bought at the Circle K.
I got you.
All right. You and I go through Walmart, not even in the cigarette line,
Mm-hmm.
and we get A, B, and C. It's a drink, pack of crackers, and whatever else we needed.
Okay.
All right. It is now our responsibility to scan our 4 items, correct?
Yes.
And not steal, and I'm putting that in quotations. If for any reason through AI you've been flagged in that store as a suspicious person because you and your spouse got into an argument, or you look like someone else and AI has flagged you,
Or you spent too long in an aisle walking around.
not even that. AI flagged you when you come in the store on the cameras, and they've now followed you around the store by camera. You get up to the checkout, and you look suspicious. If they stop you at the door, you have to now prove that you didn't steal that pack of Pall Mall cigarettes. And if you cannot prove that, even though
Well,
you
here's
didn't go
one
through
that
the
you throw
aisle,
back at them though. is that Freedom of Use Act. If they're going to accuse me of that, they're going to have to show me their cameras.
Mm-hmm.
But they can take it as far as calling the law.
Mm-hmm.
They just had to call the law, then.
You didn't even go through the cigarette aisle, but you're inside their store on their property.
Yeah.
You now have to prove that you did not steal.
Pull my Circle K receipt out.
They can have you up under so much scrutiny.
But you know what happens on the backside of that, right?
Just lawsuit.
Defamation of character.
Yes. But what they don't tell you is these things, they build up to a certain level before it becomes a felony.
Mm-hmm.
And people come in, they'll take 2 packs of steaks. They'll scan it as one. Well, they just stole that.
Mm-hmm.
It's on camera. Once that builds up to that level, they then come arrest you right then in the store without you knowing.
Over time, or?
Yes, over time. It just gets to a point, and before you leave the store on any given day, they meet you at the store, put you in handcuffs, and take you.
So that's funny.
But
my family.
I tell you what, that is, I don't deny. I tell you this, that's asking for just the right person to be arrested.
Oh yeah,
and then that law's going to have to change real quick.
So there's a Walmart right here, Rock Hill. That's been really this is a real story. I mean, my family's talking about it, but where they're doing that same kind of thing, except there's actually somebody that flags you that they're actually sitting there and watching it live. Because like triggers a security guy to watch you, so that he sits there and watches you. And this has happened to at least 3 people my family knows from that store. So they say don't go to that store anymore. So like this one lady, for instance, one day this one lady, her and her young boy, talking like 4 years old, was in the store.
Her son.
Okay. And she had him helping her at the self checkout.
Okay.
Like any mom would probably do, trying to teach and stuff, right? Well, there was a couple things that they thought they had scanned. It didn't beep. But they thought they scanned it, so they threw it and they put it in the bag. It was like $14 worth of something. It was like food stuff.
I got you.
They weren't, and she genuinely thought that it all been scanned and everything. She went home. They were cooking dinner. Doorbell rings halfway through cooking dinner. The police were standing there waiting to arrest her. And there's 2 other family members that said something over $14.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's principle.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter a bit in the world to us.
But
that's enough with useless banter.
That's where I don't like that. That's where I don't like AI.
Well, they better watch out for me. I'll use AI to fight them back.
Yeah.
Said it was like, well, you know what? I'll be honest with y'all. I am a victim of that, of being followed in the store because of my appearance. We'll come in and I'll notice them. Like me and Mr. Joe both have tattoos. And, I adopt the Cholo dress code most of the Miss Joy even picks on me, and I get sent videos of people. Oh, you like this guy, but I really don't care because it's way I look at it is I don't play with everybody else's rules. I am who I am. That's kind of even my moniker is the urban Norseman.
Right.
So I mean I mix Viking and urban and everything. So I don't play in clouded colors. What do they call it? Color inside the line.
That's right.
I've noticed it where they follow us, the loss prevention team.
Yes.
They follow us quite a bit.
I'll notice that they follow me if I decide I take too long on a certain aisle somewhere. I'm genuinely just looking.
I think that's only ever happened to me like one time.
Well, I'll go to a store, sometimes not even buy anything. I'm just out shopping just to look, and they'll follow me all the way out that door.
It's all right, though.
David and I kind of fit that persona of that white supremacist skinhead look because of the bald head, the beard, the tattoos. I mean, the size. Him and Joy, big man, little woman. I'm a bigger guy. Jessica's tiny. They well, is he controlling her? Are they stealing?
That's funny. That reminds me of what you said about her the other day after her surgery.
Yeah.
In the wheelchair.
Like we were talking about it in the last podcast. After Joy's surgery.
Oh, no, we were talking about that at the tattoo parlor.
Oh, no, yeah, was that a tattoo? Yeah, I thought it was a podcast.
Nope.
Anyway, we were talking about it the other night, Friday, after he was finishing up my Joker. Mr. Josh that won't never come to the studio. But anyway.
We're waiting on you, sir.
Got to meet him finally. He's a wonderful man.
Yeah, he's a great dude. Dustin's met him. We were talking about where she got out of her surgery and she refused to go home when I went to the Walmart pharmacy to get her meds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm rolling her around Walmart and she's like drugged up. And everybody's looking at me like, what's this fucker doing?
She said she was drooling.
And I kept on having to say, see, out loud. I'm like, see what happens when you don't listen?
Oh my goodness, man!
I think she planned that one.
Now that's a scene. That's a scene to watch. I want to just look back like, what did you say?
That'd have been a good drone video.
You see?
Hey, look at this fucker.
Like he said, like she was drooling everywhere. She was saying like the surgery wasn't one of those where they stitched her up or anything. Her throat's like open and like bleeding. Like
right.
Yeah, she had like the glue.
Yeah, so he was like, they're thinking like he's a serial killer.
Probably. And then at the time, I didn't have tattoos and all that. I had,
you had hair then.
Yeah, I had hair. So they probably were like, look at this fucking hair.
Yeah, he's pushing.
But had them big glasses on like Jeffrey.
I didn't have the glasses on. But,
so you did better than I did. Jessica had her nose surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Her being small, they doped her up real well. She wanted to go get a smoothie, so I took her by the smoothie shop.
Mm-hmm.
Has no idea of said smoothie. I get her home. I get her out of the truck. Have to carry her inside.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hit her head, but I smashed her ankles on the door frame. She didn't feel a thing. Woke up the next morning. She's bruised. And, a little thin porcelain skin that my wife's got. She's bruised. She said, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. You must fell out of bed.
Yeah.
Hey,
no. It's just, it's wild. We're going to see how the TSA does me.
Oh, yes. You might have to be one of those that wear like one of them little cams around. It's like the cameras.
Yeah. I need to do that.
Like a little GoPro or something.
David is going to have to submit to search and seizure.
I'm going to be like, pineapple.
Used to.
It took me 4 days to save up this change. Pineapple.
Holy shit.
I told Joe I was going to try to fart in that machine.
Lord. You remember that
You
movie?
talking about the scanner? Oh, God.
You remember that movie when Medea went through that scanner?
Yeah.
They were searching her legs. She's like, you gonna find a staircase to heaven up in that thing. You can go way high.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra this past Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They're wonderful.
If you ever look and buy tickets for their show, do not ever buy the tickets that are the cheapest ones on the website. Mr. Darren Jenkins. Thank you, sir.
The third. Sound like there should be the third behind
He is a junior or something like that.
Oh, wow.
But
the second, then.
Oof. So the jerseys that are hanging in the Coliseum, I was eye level with those jerseys.
Holy shit. You was up there.
I'm talking the seats that are above the nosebleeds. The black curtains like right here on my head. When I tell you I got in those seats, I was eating a pretzel, drinking my wife's Diet Dr. Pepper, and I lost my appetite.
You're so high?
Yes.
Oh, God.
And I don't like heights. They wasn't nothing. They laughed at me going back down them stairs to get out of that place. I'm sitting there like this right here, just kind of kick back in my chair. And these little micro machine people up there dancing around on stage, just wailing on guitars and stuff coming out. Great show. Great light show.
Yeah, it was like Night at the Museum where those little action figures.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking about.
You know if they were real.
Yeah, I can tell.
It could have been just a screen you were watching.
Yeah, I mean, but tickets was $35 a piece.
Oh.
And, I mean, it's a concert with the little stuff going on down there. And when I say little, it was little. Yeah. Yeah, Dustin was uneasy on that one.
It's funny because I got a coworker or an ex-coworker. They don't no longer work with us. But they go to that show every year with their family. So.
Yeah, Fat Boy was up in the thin air. Yeah. My buddy Darren decides to drop something over the seat in front of us. He stands up and climbs over the seat, and I had to swallow real hard.
Are you talking about the top part where it's like steep?
Oh, yeah.
Between each aisle.
Yeah.
Top level.
Oh, fuck.
Top level.
Hell no.
Oh, no. It's okay.
Yeah.
They can keep doing
They
it.
laughed at me. Man, they laughed at me.
So, I want to jump in.
Yeah,
and,
you were more of a show than they were.
I want to ask Patrick, what plan? You got an area planned that you're gonna get any shots lit next, or you plan that, or you just kind of do it on a whim?
To be honest, it really be on the whim, and I kind of do plan certain shots. If I see something, I try to get a good shot of it.
So you just have it at the ready, huh?
Yes, I try to like keep drone charged at all times. To be honest, because you'd be surprised what some simple footage, just like like 8 cop cars at like a gas station, like they was pulling somebody out. Simple footage, you know what I'm saying? Just little
so sometimes the simple stuff though, man.
Yeah,
there was I took some simple footage from like newscasts and put it all together, and then I found the voice for the guy that they had for you remember Gangland?
Mm-hmm.
So I made like a newscast.
Oh wow! Okay.
Out of that.
Okay.
On YouTube, and it was pretty cool because I put on there about how it was one of Charlotte's deadliest weekends or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right now I'm just probably getting the shots in Gastonia. I do plan to go to New York to visit my family in there. So
that's a good
exactly. So God would love to bring it out there too. Well, Gastonia.
That's where I live.
Right. So,
the distance of a drone?
I would say like a good mile or so.
A good mile. So you can stand anywhere on a city street, and you could pretty much go to the top of any building that you wanted to.
Just about. But the thing is, there are certain guidelines and laws and stuff like that. You can't really fly it over a certain amount of feet.
Over 500 feet, I think.
400,
500. I know there's some type of like flight ceiling that you
yeah,
stay under.
Yeah.
It's 400 or 500 feet.
Right.
When you were in last time, I believe I talked to you a little bit about that. It was part of a project up on one of the greenways in Mecklenburg County where they were trying to film and control the beaver population up there. They went in and filmed the whole area on the creek. And there were certain days when they couldn't fly. They had to go by the FAA guidelines.
Yeah, I just found out some stuff and I actually unlocked it. It's like a software you download. You can actually unlock the FCC guidelines to make it go further.
Yes.
Yeah, I just actually downloaded it on mine too.
See, my drone was made before that, so I can fly a little bit further on.
Of course, Dane's got a one up.
Mine's
Drones too. I was actually watching a documentary on how they're talking about how drones is changing the whole warfare game and stuff like that. Ukrainian drone warfare, it's crazy. Yeah, first person view.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one guy. He's like, they was talking about like you can easily make a drone and put like a little, a bomb on it or something like for $1,000.
Oh yeah.
And then you can blow up a plane that costs like $1 million.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of saving money right there too.
Blow that plane up without a bomb if you flew it
flew around in the propellers and stuff like that. Yeah.
Fly straight into the engine.
Yeah. Well, they call it a bird strike. You know when birds fly into an engine and stuff.
If you had a bunch of drones,
couple of drones.
I actually seen a video of a drone actually blowing up a helicopter. And that was pretty cool. Yeah. They actually had to catch up to one at that, which is even funnier. Like it actually caught up and just hit the tail of it.
That would be pretty. Like it's tragic but cool at the same time.
That happens on movies is out there because of a reason. Somebody somewhere. Said, you know what? I think I can take a car and take down a helicopter. If I hit that part of the bridge right, Die Hard movie. What, Die Hard?
Die Hard. Shoot, it's probably been a couple of Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mission Impossible.
I could
Fast and Furious.
On YouTube before they got so strict, and yes, I just called y'all out. But they took a Glock pistol and mounted it to a drone.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah. Oh yeah. They got the drones with the guns on it.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen they got the dogs too. Have you like the mechanical dogs and stuff like that?
You know, it'd be really cool if I could just have a drone that I could like put Kilo, my Malinois on, and just like get him and then
let him go
right there.
Yeah, he can run like a Malinois' top speed's 28 miles an hour. There's no point in running.
Nah.
You got a Belgian Malinois?
Yeah, I got 5.
This man has a family.
Now, those, you trained all of yourself? Oh, yeah, man, that's good.
Yeah, I train them. At least 2 of my dogs are.
Don't tell me they're doing the tight ropes. You got them on the tight ropes?
Well, I never did do the tight rope.
You got one climbing a wall.
One will climb a wall. Whiskey, my ace, he can open doors with his mouth. Like he can turn the doorknob, pull it open. He can let
alpha under David.
Yeah, he definitely, and our other male, Kilo, him and Whiskey constantly fight. If you let them, we kind of keep them separated, but for the most part, but they, yeah. So we have 2 adult males, 1 adult female, and our 2 puppies left from their litter, are what, 7, 8 months?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That sounds about right.
August, they just
they're like 7 or 8 months.
Yeah, they just turned
Because when Layla got her ears pierced, Brody was like 5 months old.
Yep. So
Yeah, I have a Doberman. I did a little training with her too. So
we had a Doberman that a lady had that he just couldn't be around nobody. And, we worked with that dog for, I think we had him for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We did a 6-week program with him, and we had him right. And then she kind of slacked off a little bit.
I tell people all the time, man. I can train the dog all day, but it depends what you do when you go home.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta keep. It's like a routine. It's a habit. You gotta set the dog in motion for it. Expect it type stuff.
Yeah, we always told him is like, we can program the computer, but if you don't update the software,
That's exactly right.
you're
It's funny. I had a neighbor. His dog actually knew every single dog was there when I was teaching my dog, and the dog knew every single command. But in their house, the dog does whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. It's like there is no commands for him. He'll do whatever.
But I guarantee you, Patrick walk in the room.
I'm trying to sit down. He listened to everything. It's so funny. Yeah.
It's your body language. He's taught me a lot. You walk in the room with that assertiveness.
Exactly.
They'll listen. Hey, you walk in the room and they sense a weakness.
And I tell people that too. My dog is very docile, but if you act real scary, she's gonna start barking at you for some odd reason. I'm like, you gotta relax. If you act like you cool, she gonna act like she's cool. Yeah.
Daniel and Kilo had a situation like that. We were watching Medea one night, and Kilo was fine
The whole time, pretty much.
and then Daniel got up to go home, and he just kind of stopped in front of me and was kind of like side-eye.
Because he growled at me. He growled at me.
And Kilo was like, no, he growled at you after you stopped.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah.
I ain't stopping for no reason.
No, yeah, and out anyway.
That's all right. We'll keep on rocking.
Yeah.
Well, in the little pause right here, we'll jump into Daniel's.
Yeah, we forgot all about that.
I was
Daniel,
kinda
he kind of previewed them for me.
We got too late. I was just going to push them on to next week.
No,
Push
buddy.
them off.
We got time for you.
Well, I kind of gave him a preview of the headlines earlier.
Prince Sudrith, you have the floor.
No, but it says Georgia mayor faces felony charges after investigators say he stashed alcohol in a ditch for the prisoners. Yeah, I guess like the prison road crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it says the mayor of a small town in Georgia has been indicted on charges that he illegally left bottles of gin in a ditch for a prison work crew. So, Thompson Mayor Benjamin, otherwise known as Benji, Kerry Camford, that's his those 2 last names.
Oh.
Was indicted on Wednesday and arrested by Georgia Bureau of Investigation agents. He faces felony charges for furnishing prohibited items to inmates in an attempt to commit a felony.
Wow. Attempt to commit a felony.
No, sorry, and attempt.
Wow.
But it says the indictment issued Wednesday. They said that the 52-year-old Camford drove to the store on June 3rd, bought a bottle of Seagram's extra dry gin, and left it in a ditch along Georgia 150 in Thompson in a patch of a work crew state prisoners from the Jefferson County Correctional Institution. So, I don't know how they found it, but how they found out it was him,
Somebody probably sneezed.
Somebody snitched on him.
Somebody got caught with a bottle and was like, "This man gave it to me."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. But I was like, that's kind of crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
That is crazy as hell.
Well, at least there was no prison wallet involved.
No.
I don't want no story about that. That's a little bit too much.
Yeah,
It's not good stories, though.
Yeah,
But that's just, that was just crazy, though. I mean, the mayor. So he must have known they were coming through there. So I don't know how he must have been talking to somebody. I don't know.
Either that or he had a good friend working the road crew that, you know what, me and him used to drink gin. And he
We
might
leave him a
enjoy
bottle.
little drink. I'm going to leave him one in the ditch.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Then this next one. A New Zealand food bank distributes candy made from a potentially lethal amount of methamphetamines.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a New Zealand charity that works with homeless or unhomed people.
Unhoused.
Unhoused people.
House, man. Get her out.
they unknowingly distributed candies filled with potentially lethal doses of methamphetamine.
Unknowingly?
Yeah, well, because it's a food bank, so they take donations and then turn around and
Right,
give them
right.
out.
But to unhouse people, somebody put that in there. Ain't no way that was an accident.
No.
Well, they said the sweets must have been they were donated by a member of the public at one point anonymously, but about 6 weeks earlier they said probably.
So they don't ever check the foods and stuff. Give it up.
Well, they had to track down over 400 people who could have potentially got those candies.
Dang.
The food bank,
I know.
I bet your food bank myself.
They weren't even candy. It literally, upon testing, there wasn't any candy in them. They were solid blocks of methamphetamine, enclosed in candy wrappers. So I think somebody went to go donate and accidentally put the wrong bag in.
Right. Yeah.
Not the bag that was supposed to go to the mail.
He probably went to his dealer and was like, "It's nothing but food."
Yeah. Right. And this week,
Wrong box.
it says giving you something, and you're just gonna love it, man. This ain't nothing
Well,
bar.
It says that each piece of candy was had over 300 times the level that it would take to kill somebody. So yeah, I was like, that's crazy. They said, well, here's what it said. It said that they did think it had to do with they were talking about cross-border smuggling, and they were saying it could have somebody probably sent the wrong batch out that was supposed to have the stuff but didn't.
Right.
And accidentally donated the other batch.
Somebody's about to get fired.
The sweets had a street value of $608 per candy.
Let the right person find out. I'm pretty sure somebody did.
But like it says, they think it was an accident. It was an accidental rather than a deliberate attack. Because like they said, that much money, they think it was like how people I watched the show the Border Patrol, where they mail it across to other countries and stuff. So I think they sent the wrong batch.
Oh yeah.
So somebody opened that up and got real pissed off. I'm like, hey man, where's our drugs at?
Right, I'm pretty sure.
But
wardrobe motherfucker.
then the last one, I got one last article and it says Michigan man thought $257,631 $257,631 lottery prize was a scam.
Don't tell me he threw it away.
No, it was through email, so he was notified. But it says a Michigan man delayed collecting his jackpot for over 6 months for one simple reason: he thought it was a scam.
I'm not gonna lie. If I got an email saying that too, I probably would have thought it was a scam too.
But at the same time, if you're playing the online lottery through the app, you should expect to get an email when you win.
Yeah.
So
I can see that too.
I don't know. Nowadays, as soon as you click that email, they send you somewhere other site, got your information.
You're gone.
I'm pretty sure thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says. It says 41-year-old. It doesn't say his name, but it says the county man told Michigan lottery officials he didn't realize he was gaining entries into the big cash second chance jackpot by playing eligible games at themichiganlottery.com. So he was suspicious when he received an email about the prize on February 14th. He said, I saw an email back in February informing me that I had won the money second chance prize, but I figured it was just a scam and I deleted the emails, the player said. In addition to the email, I received several phone calls about the prize over the last few months, but I still thought it was a scam. Recently, I decided to actually look into it after I had some money problems. He said, that's when I found out it was the real prize and I was floored.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would delete that email too. I'm like, man, yeah, all right.
He said, if you're pissed off.
Look, that's the email you get when they be like, all right, now all we need is them gift cards. All crazy.
Give me those gifts.
Give me them $300 gift cards, and you get all this money.
Such and such, and we're going to bring it straight to you.
Yep.
And all I need you to do is go to Walmart and get me one of those Visa gift cards and give me the number off
To pay for the tax.
It says the man took until he was collecting his prize to actually fully believe it. But, he said, now that I'm at the lottery office, it's finally starting to sink in that this is real. This prize is going to be life-changing, he said. I plan on buying a house and a car and retiring. And he said, retiring and investing in rest.
There you go. Took some time, but he got it.
Yeah. Took him 6 months to figure out that it wasn't fake. I mean, but think about it though. If you he must have been drunk or something. Because if you go online, I play on the NC Lottery all the time on the app.
Yeah, Miss Joy does too.
So
something what she used to.
Because you can pay, you can put your max is $5 in and just play whatever games come up for $5. But for me, hey, if I'm playing on the online lottery, how are they going to? They're going to connect with you through email.
Yeah.
Because you're playing through email and online. So
well, I see it on both sides.
But if it's coming from Michigan or the state of North Carolina, like you would think
Yeah, but if somebody knows that you're playing it and they got your email, they could just copy the
But at the same time,
logos.
I wouldn't have deleted it because I would have called up or went to the lottery office and be like, hey man, like, is this real? Like, is this legit?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm that kind of guy. Like, I'm potentially about to win $500,000 here. Like,
No, absolutely. You got to look into it, but
instead of just brushing it off.
Yeah.
That's why it's a little
strange.
but...
Daniel and Miss Joy, I was just sitting here thinking, we need to get with Patrick, and when we do one of them paranormal, when we go out for the thing.
Oh yeah,
paranormal.
Yeah, we do a paranormal podcast on Wednesday.
I thought you were talking about going out and haunting houses or something. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
What I was saying is,
Definitely.
before it gets dark and we go out and actually investigate.
Do some shots.
Do like some aerial shots of the area that we're gonna do.
I know exactly where that man's mind went. Every scary movie they put out there with a little bit of comedy in it, there's one black man in it.
Yeah.
I'm not done today.
Hey, you know what?
Showing back to the thing.
There was a movie I watched not too long ago, but they didn't kill that. They messed everybody up. The black dude was like the last person.
He was the last guy.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because normally it's either him or the blonde.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like that Medea movie, or not? Yeah, not Medea. God dang it, I'm getting my mind. Not talking about Michael Myers, the one where they're in the house, like H2O. No, what's that one?
H2O.
H2O or something. What's his name? He didn't die though.
LL, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was LL. It was Cool J.
They wasn't that in the old little video. I remember that was an old one.
Yeah.
He was in the guard shack.
Yep.
But then there was another one they did of the Michael Myers when they did like the camera crew in his house, and they were doing like this like almost like an MTV.
Yeah, that's
special.
the one I was. Yeah, that's what I was.
That's the one you're talking about. But I forgot what his name was. Huh?
Or was that Jason?
No, that was Michael Myers.
No.
They were in his house, and that one lady got his.
Yeah, because Jason don't have a hound. Yeah.
Because remember, because he was it was.
So was that? Wait a minute. Was Busta Rhymes in one of those?
Yep, he was.
So you have one that was LL and then one Busta Rhymes. So I think Busta Rhymes was the one he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was it that created the orange mask? Wasn't that Michael Myers?
Which
He had
one?
an orange man?
He was in
prison.
He was in like an insane asylum.
Yeah.
Prison,
Yeah, that was.
and he was creating masks.
That was Rob
Yeah.
Zombie's.
That was Rob Zombie's version? Okay. That's the one that got me, where he taped his old man to the chair and cut him up, and then I think he set him on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was...
I thought that Rob Zombie's rendition gave it justice.
Okay.
But nothing takes away from Carpenter.
Yeah, I just... that hit home for some reason. Like, it's only one person that could...
It was Resurrection, 2002.
Okay. But, I mean, old man was a dick to him, always talking down to him. He fell asleep in that chair. My man taped him to the chair, cut him up, and then set him on fire.
Mm.
Did you see the first Michael Myers where he took care of his daddy?
I don't think I seen that one.
The very first Michael Myers. Which one? This must have been the remodel,
That's what he's talking
the
about.
reboot. He didn't catch his ass on fire in the Michael Myers one.
Mm-hmm.
He slit his fucking throat.
I thought he set him on fire in that
He
chair.
duct taped him to the couch while he was sleeping.
I think y'all talking about the same movie, but
he went.
we have a Mandela effect going on.
We may have-
He duct taped the shit out of him to the couch.
There was a lot of Michael Myers, Jason movies back to back.
Yeah.
At one point, it was after one Michael Myers was definitely a Jason movie right after that one.
They were talking about making a movie where they were fighting each other.
They did. Well, no, that was Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, that really me off
Did it really?
because they did not use Kane Hodder as Jason.
Mm.
I'm a big Kane Hodder fan. I mean, I even got his autograph tattooed on my leg, but they did not bring him in to do Jason for that one.
Yeah.
And you could tell that it wasn't Jason.
I like the whole concept of the Freddy versus Jason. I was just like, oh man, you got two villains like going against each other.
The
Yeah.
big thing that stood out to me was in the end when he walked up out of the swamp.
Mm-hmm. He had his head. Yeah.
And Freddy he just kind of winked and smiled.
That kind of left it open for him to do something else. But Robert Englund is retired. So.
Yeah.
So have you guys seen that Deadpool Wolverine movie?
I have not yet.
Yeah.
I've been like on my heels.
Guys to watch it.
I was worried
not even going to say nothing. You got to watch it.
I was worried about because Disney got a hold of it.
Yeah.
He does a lot. He still does a lot.
I heard they took all the cocaine out of it though.
I'm not big on spoilers. I mean, it did spoilers.
You saw it?
No,
I don't think so, you motherfucker.
But I've never been big on spoilers. I'm going to go see it anyway.
Yeah, me neither. I don't care about
bits and pieces.
Okay.
And I'll watch it for just a few. I'm like, all right, that's all I want to see.
Right.
Oh, it was Busta Rhymes, by the way.
That's what I said.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to be good. I've heard there's a bunch of cameos in it.
That's what I'm.
Now,
There's
what
a lot
I
of
wanna-
cameos.
Channing Tatum is Gambit.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny in itself. Yeah, the New Orleans accent, and I thought it was funny that if you actually pay attention to what he says, you'll get what he's trying to get at because they never came out with the movie.
Right.
You know,
Well, it wasn't like that other New Orleans guy.
From Waterboy.
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
We had a time and run into a very elderly black man who
Mm.
run a glass bottom boat, sitting closer than you and I are, Patrick. He was the one driving the boat, and I'm seeing bass under this boat like this big, like 4 or 5 pounds, pulling up, and I mean, and all that. I'm like, he stops the boat, gets some bread, throws it behind it, and reverses the motor so it sucks it under the boat, and they went into a feeding frenzy.
Oh,
and
wow.
he looked at me and go get one. And I'm like, what you gonna say? He's happy.
we had somebody like that on the Carolina coast when like that.
Yeah, that is my dream thing. This dude's happy. He loves what he does. He ain't got a clue what he said.
You know what the sad thing is?
Right.
Yeah, the sad thing, there's people who do understand what he said.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe part of the act.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna just speaking like jerks and noises and see how long it takes to throw everybody off. I think I'd do that.
we kind of made a joke this weekend. We've got 2 guys in the lodge that both have Tourette's. They can't sit too close to one another.
They'll trigger each other.
We tell everybody they start talking in white lighter. For all the people that used to watch Charmed, they start clicking and popping at one another.
Oh,
David's
God.
having a fit over there because he knows what I'm talking about.
The thing is, I actually have a slight little bit in me.
Here we go.
We can tell.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Swear to God, here we go.
We can tell.
start making some noises.
Motherfuckers diabetic. Got what person? Got Tourette,
I'm fucked up.
autism,
David, he's
ADD,
hypochondriac.
hypochondria. God dang. I'm gonna be like
I struggle, man.
in life.
I
when
struggle with
Struggle
that.
is
yeah,
real.
struggle is real, really real.
I'm telling you.
Like
And I got arthritis.
I'm gonna be. Y'all ever watch Life?
Yes.
You know when the new warden came
Mhm.
and he was like, "I was sitting beside this hypochondriac, and I knew her liver better than I know the back of my goddamn hand."
That's Daniel.
That's Daniel. That's me talking about Daniel.
Yes.
Well, see, yeah, that thing is, yeah.
You got kidney problem too?
No, not yet.
All right.
It runs in my family, but I ain't got it yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
what
on the
was it?
way.
You got
On the way.
Yeah. What? Anybody has any? Joy had a kidney stone.
Oh, hell.
Did you?
That's the worst.
No, I ain't.
Joey got one up on him.
You got one over on him.
Now, I do have a sciatica.
I had sciatica.
I got psychotica.
You talking about pain, though. You want to talk about pain? That's painful.
Yeah.
That's very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't deny the pain is
Yeah.
real. The pain
Oh, pain
sucks.
real.
But
The struggle is worse.
Oh yeah, right.
I love you, Daniel. I would kill anybody that did anything to you.
You ain't got to lie now.
I'm not lying.
He's not.
I'm not lying. I don't have a reason to lie, Daniel. Everything I say is the truth.
David has a nickname. He was nicknamed before you ever come to work with us.
Yeah.
He is the man that you call to kill the boogeyman.
What if I am the boogeyman?
Then you a dead motherfucker. Let me introduce you to someone you never want to meet.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Right there and knew it before I ever said it. And
I was so what I had to. I text you when I couldn't hear from you
Yep.
a couple of days. I've done it with him too. Hey man, you all right?
Oh yeah, I like that picture. You gotta send that to me. My phone had to reset, man. I gotta get
What-
that
what-
picture again.
What is it? What picture? I sent so many pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
the picture we took out there.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah, I
we'll
got it.
get that back to you.
Yeah.
No, because he texted me. Y'all had that group message going back and forth or whatever, and then I didn't answer that night. He texted me next morning. Hey, you all right? Get my message or anything? I was like, yeah, I just was busy and went to bed.
And I
went to bed
promise
early.
you, if something ever happened to Joy, and somebody killed Whiskey,
Mm.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It snaps.
we're going off the deep end.
Yep.
Yeah, let's not get ourselves a felony now.
I wouldn't care.
I'm talking about right now.
Mm-mm.
How would you do that? I'd be
Threaten.
describing if something happened to my wife.
That's true.
Something happened to Joey. He's
Well, I didn't say that. They're gonna start now. They're gonna be camped out watching you now.
Good. Let them. I'll give them something to want.
That part.
Yeah, I'll leave all the blinds
I
open.
don't think he made the connection, Daniel.
Oh, it's all right.
It's
though.
okay.
It's okay. He will. He'll hit it. It'll hit him on the way home.
That's
Connect.
right. You know,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
Come
guy.
on, give him. I'll give him something to look at. Is that what you're talking about?
It's
Sad thing is, it probably never will reach my brain.
French guy.
It's-
Yeah.
Daniel. Oh, but as we've
what?
said before, Daniel, we love you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Even though you know, about to die every day. So 2015, I was laid off from Time Warner Cable, and I had enough money to last a whole year where I didn't have to work. So my severance and all that. But how about I spent that whole summer thinking I was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
I started looking up my symptoms.
Oh,
stuff
God.
like that, and then that's why I tell all of y'all, when you put it in the air, you put that negativity, that spark out there, you'll talk yourself into being sick or whatever it is, because I did. I'm speaking from not just being a philosopher. Or
No, that's
anything.
actually a true thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
You can actually get sick off of thinking you're sick.
Yeah.
So you put it out there, you're gonna get it, and I did. And then it took Miss Joy looking at me and going, "You need to stay off that fucking phone." And she did. She just plain out looked. Cause I mean, it happened after I had that low sodium attack.
Right.
I drank too much water one time because my doctor kept on telling me, drink more water. Your blood pressure's high. Drink more water.
Yeah,
You're
You're
supposed to put
overweight.
some electrolytes with that
Drink
water.
more water.
You'll
Drink
be
more
more
water.
healthy
So
if
I
you
was
drink
up
more
to
water.
a gallon and a half a day of water.
Hmm.
Well, it depleted almost all the sodium in my system. So I went to I had to spend a week in the hospital.
Mm.
Got out of the hospital, and I spent the rest of that time like, if that happened to me, what else is going to happen?
Right.
And every little flutter, every little thing, my brain was this mush. And it took Joy. She said, "You need to get off that fucking phone." And I was like, well, I don't have anything. I got to the point where I was like, I'm not being productive. And she's like, well, your job right now is to go to that gym and work out. I did that. And then I was fine. Coasted. And then I lost weight. And then I started seeing parts of my body that I hadn't seen since I was a child. And I have my sternum it kind of pokes out.
Uh-huh.
God, here we go.
Yep.
I'm like, why is my sternum poking out? Is this a tumor? God damn, I'm like pushing on it, and then it starts to hurt,
Oh,
pushing
yeah.
on it.
It hurts when I do this, but don't do that.
So I went to my doctor, and I loved him, at the time. He just kind of chill. I was sitting there, I was like, all right, doc. I was like, give it to me. I was like, what is this? I was like, you need to do the biopsy. I was like, no, you have a sternum that sticks out. I was like, what?
It's cancer, ain't it?
And then
no.
I was like, I'm thinking it's cancer. He was like, no. He said, what did Miss Joy tell you?
Get off that fucking
He said,
phone.
get off that. And I have not looked up my symptoms
Oh, that's funny.
since
Man.
2015.
Since when you start Google diagnosing, just like you said, man, you can come down with every illness. You have everything. I don't even know what rickets is, but I guarantee you, if I start looking, I got it.
You might look at them.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
think
look-
I got
you
all
look
those
hard
symptoms
enough.
right there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. There was a white lady that taught herself in the sickle cell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's
She-
actually
She actually had to go to the hospital with the symptoms.
there's something
That's
that
crazy.
deals with women's bodies that once they get it in their head so far,
Mhm.
like their body will think that they're pregnant. They'll start lactating. They'll start
Right,
getting
right,
weight
right,
between
right.
the
What do they call
water.
that? That's
There's some name
is
for
it Braxton Hicks?
No, that's the contraction.
That's
stage.
contractions.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's like a
I know what you're
pseudo
talking about, though,
pregnancy.
yeah.
I know you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Crickets is pretty serious.
Ricketts
here we go.
Yep, he done self-diagnosed. He got
Yeah,
that.
look
now.
it up. I got that too.
Take that man's phone away.
Oh no.
Raggedy.
That's people. That's basically people with like the little kids that don't grow and they have like bow legs.
Rickets or crickets?
Rickets.
Okay.
I mean,
It says delayed growth.
he fits around that chair.
It says delayed growth, delayed motor skills, bow legs, and muscular weakness and pain in the spine, pelvis, and legs.
That's Daniel.
Hmm.
He thought it was. It thought it was saying.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
David, you got anything else for me today?
I think I covered it.
Think you
well,
covered
other
everything.
than getting ready for the author next week.
Okay. We're going to welcome Miss Ashley back here for too long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some big things coming in store.
Actually, like, is my first customer too.
Okay.
As far as websites and stuff. I'm
Okay.
designing her website for their sorority.
Okay.
So we were going to talk about that today, but she got sick on me.
Prince Daniel,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ricketts, you got anything else?
You know, I'm sorry, but that just made me think of Wu-Tang. You know, like, bring the ruckus, but bring the Ricky.
Bring the Ricketts.
Motherfucking Ricky.
Yeah. It's going to be your nickname.
Everybody stay healthy this week.
I do have one thing. Hold on. Rashad Lee.
Yes.
He's gonna do our intro for us.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna
Hell yeah.
do an intro for us.
That's a cool
off,
man.
Off of some beats that I make, and me and him are gonna collab on that.
That sounds good.
But yeah, all right,
We
then
make
go ahead.
beats. You make
Yeah, I make.
beats.
Yeah.
Hey, send me a couple beats, man. I told you I needed like some background music for your videos.
Oh, I can. Yeah, you tell me what kind of like background stuff you want,
Mm-hmm.
and armaments and all that. I can do it.
Got you.
All right. Mr. Ricketts, what was it? You got anything else?
Said try to stay healthy this week and have a good time at work and don't let nothing put you down this week.
Oh, that's a
'Cause
good
I had a
one.
bad week last week. I'm not letting nothing put me down this week.
I'm gonna follow that,
I
Dan.
don't care if somebody kicks me in the leg or something. I'm gonna be like, smile at them.
What if you get kicked in the nuts?
You tell him he got Ricketts, don't kick him.
You know what you gonna do? He gonna say, "Don't make me call David."
No, somebody say they're gonna say, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. They're like, don't tell me you had a good time.
Well, Patrick, that drone trolling guy, we appreciate you stopping by and hanging
No
out.
problem.
with us.
Anytime. Anytime.
We love having
As
you.
always.
Daniel about jumped out his skin when he heard you were coming. Yeah, he
We
about
always
dying.
appreciate you stopping by. You got to open the invitation anytime.
The
Yeah,
funny part
absolutely.
is, before you even shot me that text,
Yeah.
I was planning on coming by anyway.
That's awesome.
No, yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
You're gonna realize I have an uncanny way of knowing things. I don't know what it is.
Like, literally, like, I was actually telling like, I gotta go do this pod. I'm gonna go to this podcast today. Then you shot me that text. Oh, that text.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, even in
What
his
about you,
absence.
Mr. Purser? You always ask us what you got for this week.
Hey, look, I'm just happy to be here. The moment y'all asked me to come up here and be a part of this, I could not have been any more happy to be amongst the people.
I know.
Likewise, man. I'm not going.
Oh
Likewise.
yeah, no. Like I said, I'm trying to get him as part of the cast.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm
I
floating
keep-
on air when I leave here, for real.
Yes.
I
I'm
keep on. I keep
breathe.
on nagging him. I'm like, come on, man.
Like, I'm coming here pissed off like a motherfucker. I was pissed off. Like, you can tell I was mad. I got sitting at traffic.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come in here, and I leave here feeling like $1 million.
Mhm.
It's like therapy. I don't even have to go to a therapist
parting
anymore.
words for the week.
My parting words?
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to stick right there with Daniel. Everybody be safe. Everybody be healthy. And as always, even in his absence, Mr. Jeff going to say,
He did. You got any parting words for the week?
Take it back.
If you don't like it and it don't work,
Take
take
it
it
back.
back.
That goes for relationships, too.